gave him an Alchemist. Like, Alchemist is one of the easiest possible matchups for Monkey King, so Armin will have a perfect game. And we all know what Armin does with perfect Monkey King games. Gets his fast Battle Fury, gets his eggs, snowballs out of control. It's a lot of damage.
Onto the Doom, they're gonna chase, they're gonna look for Faith Beyond. With the dual breath and 5 heroes here, it's almost certain that they're gonna get first blood, and there it is. Snake King gets credit for it. Hearing a lot of cheers for Tundra. We'll see who the crowd cheers for as the game goes on, and you know, it's been very interesting. It's been a very interesting event for Faith Beyond. I think he's shown some vulnerabilities at times in the laning phase, which is not something that is normally said in a sentence together when you're talking about Faith Beyond.
Yeah, it really all started out in the 3rd season already. Like, Faith Beyond has been struggling a little bit in there as well. And, you know, it might just be like some pre-major, pre-TI fatigue, get it out of the way, and then the major is going to start rolling up again.
You know, I would go to my go-to Copium, Hopium LGD mix and just say, you know, they are qualified for TI, it's fine. They just are relaxing more and playing a little bit looser.
Yeah.
However, LGD is always a serious team, and in a tournament like this, for the money there is, I would assume that's still the case. This is the biggest tournament pre-TI, so you're going to want to play for real.
Do you know the standing right now at all?
Do I know the standing?
Yeah, of LGD only.
Okay, I'll give you just LGD. I got you.
I think there should be 4-2 right now, right? After
2 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah, so
they look good.
Could potentially be a 6-2.
Yeah, could potentially be a 6-2. And Fatal Bond's doing some damage. You've got the Jingu from Ame. We'll see how he lanes up against this Alchemist and Marcy.
Yeah, and Monkey King is pretty weak level 1, like level 2. Especially level 3 is where his power spike is, so shouldn't see too much happening down there until then. Top lane, as we see right now, Doom should be having a pretty tough time as the levels get higher.
Yeah, we'll see how the Doom does. I'm watching both Y and Saksa pull these creep waves. It's just like, it's the battle of where the creep equilibrium's gonna be.
Oh, there's a free range creep.
There it is. That works. Yeah, that's the winner chicken dinner. Oh, did he not get that deny? No. Feels pretty bad. Now they've got Ame surrounded for a minute. The acid spray, it's level 1. Obviously, that armor reduction is not going to feel great for the Monkey King. It's what you've kind of talked about quite a bit. We saw you talk about the unstable concoction, and then there was like one alchemist that also took the Grievel's Greed early on. So you were hoping to see an acid spray early. Here you go.
Yeah, acid spray and concoction. You want to be aggressive. There's no way you can farm that lane.
So what does Ame do? Like, he's still 8-4. He's still doing well. Why? Not the same. However, he's got the Shadow Word, and that'll be enough to save him. He's also got that Tango, so he feels all right to stay and be on standby. Ooh, nothing to say, almost getting caught by that Aether Remnant. 9 doing a good job here, too. They're just about even in the moment over in that mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty even lane we've seen many, many times. Just confident puck players in general, they don't really lose their lanes.
Right.
Then they get level 6, then they start threatening rotations. Same thing, same thing. Nothing to say, he's a very strong hero, very strong player on that hero, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he might even pull ahead of 9 in that matchup.
So we'll see how Nothing to Say fares up against 9, this mid lane. It's a battle of some very, very good mids. So it's always fun.
Entire tournaments. There's so many good, like, not just mid players, just, I mean, the Dota level in general has just
the laning
so much.
It feels so strong from everybody. Like, you have to be on your game. And I guess this kind of preludes TI, the major, as well. Like, international, you finally get the Chinese teams here. You get that full spectrum of international. And now, you kind of see, like, how strong these players are.
Yeah, but of course, LGD is the big favorite in the series still, I have to say that, right? Lots of people still expect them to be one of the favorites to win this whole thing. Sure, they got pretty destroyed by Secret, but this is not serious, right?
Secret's on their money right now.
Yeah.
And the question becomes, how does that fare now into a BO3 if they were to play each other, right? Like, if LGD win their group, if they can. I'm not sure they can with Secret already being 6-0, and unless Secret gets 2-0'd here. Sinkyu in trouble. The chase is on. They want the kill, but they don't have a stun or a reality rip, so he'll survive.
No boots on him either.
Charging up the stun, bottom. They're going to look for Ame, and again, he's getting really low. He's looking to get the Jingu. Now he's got that, so he can kind of fight, as well as the Shadow Word being there. But like you said, it doesn't really feel that strong when you're fighting into all this. And now why? Because he's put the Shadow Word out, he's put himself in a bad position. They're going to throw this unstable concoction. Ame needs to really step away so he doesn't get stunned, and that's exactly what he's done. But there's the dispose. Ame still hoping that he can get a kill here on the Dahak. They'll take away Ame's courier, and if they get his life too, I mean, this is awful for LGD, but he can still turn it, as Saksa did not have dispose. It was on cooldown, and the mana wasn't there either. So by the time it's all over, Y comes back.
Back to full.
Yeah.
I love that hero concept.
So Secret will probably, if they win the group, they'll go to the semis.
Yeah.
And then LGD, I would assume maybe opposite. I don't know how the bracket's going to be drawn, so I'm not going to even make theories. But we could see them again. That's all I'm going to say.
In the final.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Say's getting pressured. Nice remnant dodge though, so shouldn't amount to anything. Whoa, he almost walked back into that.
Pretty even lane at the moment. It's just nothing to say, up by about 200 gold.
Yeah, which is pretty surprising because usually you would give a Void Spirit the edge in the lane, and then Puck kind of counters you, come level 6, and then you get your Yule Scepter and you're strong against Puck. Like a back and forth all the time. So Snake is in trouble actually.
Yeah, he's caught out. They've got the Fire Snap cookie. They'll get the stun, but the dual breath does slow them enough where Skitter, if he wants to come over and maybe get a kill here, he could. Snake King's still taking a lot of damage from these creeps. He's trying to juke them. Is this salve even enough? Creeps were trying to help out. Where Skitter moves forward and just pushes him away.
Never mind, dodges the Primal Spring. And not a pause. Obviously, he would have hit that if he didn't lag.
Normally in the China DPC, this is where we see WC.
Yeah.
Or Kale.
WC, Kale, or both.
Yeah. I was hoping that one person would write WC.
Ooh, not in trouble. He's there.
Ooh, Dream Coil committed, and that's going to try and get the turnaround at least for Xingqiu, so they do trade.
Juicy for Xingqiu. That's like 1.5 levels for him.
Yeah.
Almost level 5 now.
And he's going to get this wave, too.
Yeah, that's what Xingqiu loves, right?
Oh, greediness? Remember his Weaver? What did he go? Maelstrom? Diffusal or something like that? And he went something ridiculous on that 4-position Weaver.
Yeah, post for Weaver game, he just went Rapier as well.
Yeah, well.
Like he knows when to greed it up, and you give him a good start like this.
Sometimes I question when he does and doesn't. Oh, that's a good move here by Saksa if they can get the dispose, but now they've got the Ice Path, Fire Snap Cookie, the stun on the 2 with the Scatter Blast. I'm going to say he's in trouble, the dispose coming in. So Faith Beyond moves over. They've got the Fatal Bonds on 3, Illusory Orb, and Saksa, he's going to try and get a rebound off, but it's not going to be there in time for him, so nothing to say gets a kill coming back to lane. And a lot of heroes start to party over mid.
Yeah, which is very bad though for the Tundra side because Monkey King 1v1 against Alchemist. Like, as we said, Alchemist cannot even touch the lane. Just look at his net worth. He's so far behind the Monkey King, over 1,000 net worth already. How do you get back into the game? You know, you're an Alchemist, sure, but if you can't lane until level 6, even jungling becomes hard.
We've talked about Alchemists sometimes struggling, and I find that a lot of these Alchemists, they're very stubborn in just committing to the Acid Spray Unstable Concoction. It would going more for the Grieval's Greed instead allow you to come back more? Like, obviously it gives you that bonus gold, but does it then mean you can't farm the bonus gold?
I mean, usually as Alchemist, if you lose lane, offlaner, as we see Faith Beyond in trouble.
Yeah, he's under the tower. He is very dead, and Skitter will get the kill there.
Yeah. Like, offlane Alchemist, you pick to win lane generally, which is why I'm very surprised they picked it into the Monkey King, because Monkey King is a very generic counter to Alchemist. He also has the Radiance queued up, so he's going full greed, which they're very well accustomed to though. 33 does the same thing.
Different build for Ame. Maelstrom.
Also, he's going into the early game a little bit more because they are so greedy on Tundra. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well, what we've seen be standard from him is that, obviously, that Battle Fury Axe. However, now going into the Maelstrom, he's top of net worth as well. He went to the Orb of Corrosion. Usually, that's the telltale sign of whether he's going to go Maelstrom or Battle Fury. He usually skips that Orb of Corrosion. Dream Coil, that's going to be placed down. It's through onto 9. It's a two-pronged fight at the moment. They've got the rebound. They'll throw the dispose. The Fire Snap Cookie only lands on a 1, but they've got the Illusory Orb as well as the Phase Shift to get away. However, Saksa not so lucky. So he'll end up falling, and now Nothing to Say's Courier will go down, but Nothing to Say himself is okay for the moment. They do have Snaking nearby.
Juicy stack.
However, Ame and Y might be looking to even counter what 9 and Snaking are going to throw their way in terms of some sort of initiation. Fire Snap Cookie doesn't land onto anybody, but he's got the Phase Shift and the Illusory Orb. It's not enough to get away. 9 gets the kill. Ame is nearby, but now here comes the Hawk. He stuns himself. He's quite low, actually, and they're still going for Zinq. They'll find another LGD. They kind of broke away from each other. Ame went on to focus farming, and 9's got a double kill. They still have a dispose to follow this one up. That's the Ice Path coming through from Snaking. The Aether Remnants there with the dispose of Y is landing, and it's a triple kill for 9. Wow, that is a great way to make your own comeback mechanic.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, also Tundra needs to win both games to have a chance at a tiebreaker. So if they lose just a single one, their tournament hopes are over. And obviously they have a lot to prove, right? Like, without 33, they looked a little bit more vulnerable, so they really got to prove that even without him, they're a threat to LGD.
Because, I mean, look at the other side, right? Like, Secret with Resolution, they're making it work. They haven't lost the game.
Yeah, very scary. Very, very scary indeed.
Faith Beyond might be in some trouble. Only level 5, he's deep in the lane. They've got the Reality Rift, they have a 2-second stun. Ice Path is easy to land. Dual Breath is there. Faith Beyond's very tanky. They're gonna TP up the Warlock. He doesn't have Chaotic Offering, he's only level 4. He'll put the Shadow Word on Faith Beyond, who will throw out a Thunder Clap, and now he's level 6, so he's got the Doom. It's on the Skitter. Dream Coil's in, and they put him in their own trap. They'll get 1 and 2. Skitter, Snaking, they'll fall. 2 kills there for LGD, and they just rallied them in. They were like, oh, you gotta get it. And, well, they never did. They took the bait. And, well, now they're on a picture frame in the LGD house.
You could tell, though, they were thinking about going back. They kind of started a step back, and then they went back in again. Unfortunate. Like, sometimes if you second guess yourself, that's already too late. You really gotta go with your instincts there. C2, level 6 as well.
He hit that level 6 during the fight, right?
Trouble now, though, potentially.
Zinq.
You don't want to overchase again, be careful here.
And they're going to go and look to get this kill onto the Snapfire. But again, Fumi once, but Fumi twice? This time they don't chase too far.
Yeah, this game is going to get a little bit scary for Tundra for a while. Because Alchemist is farming in jungle stacks now, which means you basically have 2 carries. They just want to farm.
Right.
Puts a lot of pressure on the 2 supports and 9, the Void Spirit, who also have Boots of Travel. I mean, they're always going so greedy. Like, even yesterday they've done that when they got steamrolled. You gotta be really careful.
Would they go Midas on the safe lane and Boots of Travel?
On the mid lane,
mid lane? Yeah, it was very interesting. Unleash, Dispose, Chaotic Offering with the Dual Breath. Zinq's pretty tanky, but how tanky is he? Well, about that tanky. They're looking to land the Boundless Strike. Ooh, feint. There it is. He'll finally throw it. They've got Saksa in a bad spot. He does rebound himself back into the fight. They've got 9 coming in with the Astral Step as well as the Macro Pyre down. Ame's come to die. Dominating for 9, and he has 1 more Astral Step, so he'll catch up to Y. The Ice Path won't. So Warlock just surviving, but that is a very important kill to get when you can slow down Ame, especially like you said. They've got cores that want to farm here for Tundra, and when you can open up some space-time, well, maybe you're working with string theory. I'm not really sure. But you are trying to make your way to the other side where you've got enough farm and your fights feel better.
Yeah, this was a lot of space for Alchemist. He's almost into a Sacred Relic, which, of course, once he has his Radiance, he's going to be a very, very strong hero in conjunction with the Void Spirit.
Strong enough, though?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, he's going to be farming, right, for a long time after that. Like, the pressure is really on LGD to do something. Like, when you see this greed on all the heroes, you're like, oh my god, we kind of forced them to do something aggressively. And every time they want to make a move like that, I feel like Nothing to Say really needs to be part of it. Because he's the only, like, guaranteed lockdown they have.
And he does have that Dream Coil available. He's going for the Blink Dagger next. He picked up that Witchblade. Pretty standard puck building. Midas there finished for Faith Beyond. And he's going into the Devour Midas. Boost up my gold. Let me hit that in insurance play here. And by insurance, I mean he's taking the life policies away from these creeps with that Midas and claiming in on that gold.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is LGD still putting the pressure on, like they're walking through Tundra's jungle trying to make something happen. So we'll see if they find anything. For right now, though, Tundra's movements have been good enough to avoid the side of LGD.
Yeah, it's really on nothing to say to find maybe a good toilet before things get out of hand. The second relic is already done.
Now he needs the recipe.
Radiance. Yep. They've gotten away with the greed so far. They get punished for it.
So far, it's all there. Taking a look at the crowd while we watch Alchemist farm. There's Ame. Oh, look at that. And the gold numbers coming up.
His set is so cool.
What's in the backpack?
Dire's middle tower is under
Air?
attack.
Diamonds?
Concoction
Clarities?
stuff. Chemicals.
Maybe.
And Radiance will be completed after the camp. We'll see if they want to farm more after that, which they can. Their late game is pretty strong. Or if they want to try to take a fight with that Radiance.
In that spacesuit, now he's got the Radiance. Houston, we've got burn damage. Snake King in some trouble. Fire Snap Cookie for the initial lockdown. They don't need the coil, they'll just get the kill, nothing to say. Finally, this aggression inside the Tundra jungle pays off. They get something out of it, but there's that Radiance. We've got burn damage. Dream Coil placed on a 9. Skitter's here. Scatterblast hit on a 2. They use the Unleash. They've got the Chaotic Offering. It's through on a 3. And now they're going to look to get the rest. Fire. Oh, Mortimer's Kiss is coming out. Ooh, kiss, 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 kiss. Neutral Creep is there to get the kill on a 9, but the kisses don't land. Not what they wanted there if you're LGD.
Still good that Void Spirit died. Sure, you would want to have that bounty, but still. Nice kill. Thank you for the creep assist. Still no Alchemist is farming away. And his Radiance is farming very fast. Snap already.
Looking to pull him in, and now Uzru are about Fatal Bonds. That makes a bit of a deterrent.
Dire's middle tower.
Sound of the golem dying.
Poor Warlock Golem. Oh, it sounds so sad when it dies, right?
Yeah, I mean, he comes in and Warlock's there.
Yeah.
Basically, Warlock's his father, right?
Yeah. Even demons have feelings.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a little bit surprised, honestly, at how LGD is playing with the Monkey King. Like, if you want to play like this, I feel Battle Fury is a much better fit. Because he's kind of playing the farming game.
Yeah, he wants the BKB. But is that the way you want to get it? Do you not just want to take this Maelstrom and fight?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice
bottles the Arcane Rune.
Arcane Pack, we all know how dangerous that is. 20 gold away from the Blink. Once that's up, the backlines are never going to be safe again.
They might even smoke once they get it, but the ones smoking right now are Tundra. They've got Marcy, they've got Alchemist, both smoked up. And for right now, they might be able to get a kill on his InQ. They'll go to the rebound, but it's off the mark. He's been off the mark with a couple of those rebounds. Maybe the Vector targeting, giving him a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, not the easiest hero.
Oh, I mess it up all the time.
Me too.
I think I've played that hero only a handful of times, and I've given up.
No, it's like because you have to like do it instantly. As soon as you see something, like, your mouse has to be in the right spot every
Pulling
time.
him in, and
That's
Faith
a lot
Beyond's
of
coming
damage.
over. Skitter, whoa, the hands are up.
You have to be so careful. If you get doomed with Armlet on, you are dead. Because that extra 40 health drain per second is actually going to take you down. 45.
Don't worry, I didn't question you. I just said yes.
Yes.
Dire's top tower
We all heard
is
for
under
45
attack.
the first time anyway.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We're gonna see a 4-man smoke. Indeed, we are. No Warlock Golem though, up in 20.
And no Monkey King joining them just yet. He is not too far off the
Ooh, it could be
BKB.
good coil.
Smoke broken. They're going to jump in with a blink. They've got the Waning Rift, the Illusion Orb, the Phase Shift all there. Snake King happy to tank the gank. He's okay with that. As long as the rest of the team is safe, it's fine.
Yeah, the Hack's still busy
Radiant's
farming
bottom
away.
tower is under attack.
It's a little bit of a weakness, of course, of the Alchemist that you don't really want to be involved too early on, but he's very close to his BKB, and then it's
Nothing
fighting.
to say. He's coming in. He does have Dream Coil, Aether Remnant, Nine's there. There's the Dispose, Astral Steps, Phase Shift, and now they'll go after the Marcy. They put the Doom on a 9, so he's just going to run away. They get the kill on Asaxa. They'll take out one.
Chase?
Do they go any further? I think Nine's just out of there, and now Doom is down.
Yeah, I expected Puck actually to try and look maybe for more on the right side, but they choose to play it a little bit more defensively, while the Alchemist is farming the enemy Ancients.
That, yeah.
He's getting so rich.
That feels very, like, OG of them, farming the enemy Ancients. Not that they're the only team who does it, but we were talking earlier about how efficient they were with the farm, and Amar is somebody who finds farm everywhere, even if it's in the other team's jungle. They've got the Alchemists in an interesting spot, and Ame's here with Faith Beyond. Doom or not, you're still doomed. Doomy doom doomed. They're gonna chase down the Alc, but he's so fast. Boundless Strike eventually gets him, and Ame will get the kill into Dahak. As, well, he's gone for 40 seconds, and that gives time for LGD to finish their next items.
Finally, his crimes are being punished. I can't believe how long he actually farmed there and stayed there. Got kind of ridiculous, and finally he gets found out and dies. But does he have his BKB already? Nope.
No, he's short of it.
500. And that's really the fighting timing of Tundra, so they'll have to wait for his Alchemist.
And that's the fighting timing, but that does give Doom potentially the opportunity to get his Doom back up. It's down for another 60 seconds. They look over, and there it is. There's another one. Just easy like that. Easy like Sunday morning. Saxa, he's died a couple times this game. And by a couple, he's 0-5-6.
I feel like all Masters that we watch, like, the game goes like this, right? They
You dispose when you can.
Ooh, that was very close. If you get stunned there.
Does that give away that they have vision, or is it just like you could chalk it down to coincidence?
No, he definitely jumped right on top of you.
Yeah.
100% vision. Alchemist BKB is coming in the courier. I would love to just see a smoke from Tundra. Like, you can't really win a game against LGD by just purely, sitting back and farming.
Right.
Because it's not like they're not scaling on the Monkey King and Doom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But the CK already used his ult to farm again, so that smoke timing would be a little bit awkward.
Four-man smoke.
No CK though.
Yeah, and Ame's already out of there. They smoke themselves. Nothing to say. You're a little bit late, man. They just can't pass the smoke anymore. You were out of the circle for a second. They'll go over, Boundless Strike, that comes through. Ice Path down with the BKB popping as well as the Wukong's command. 9 just gets obliterated. They go after Snaking. They've got the Waning Rift as well as the Mortimer's Kisses. They'll find themselves a second. The rest of the team starts to run, but with that, rebounding and thinking about going back in, maybe not the advised move here, Tundra. They don't exactly have the lockdown from the Dream Coil anymore, so they are kind of free to back up.
That was very forced. Like, expecting to be able to catch Monkey King before he presses BKB with a Remnant is very optimistic. Obviously, Arma is a very good player. He's going to press BKB before you hit him with a Remnant. And easy coil, easy kill on 9. Like, they don't really have any great instant stuns, so BKB should always be able to be used.
Is the next item, now that Chaos Knight has this Blink Dagger, do you go Shard there? Or
Probably you want to go to the BKB.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason he went Blink is because he's kind of taking the offlane role in this game, where the Hawk is taking the carry role, so it makes a lot of sense. 3-man smoke again.
Doom used on 9. He's got the Inferno Blade to follow it up. The chase is on, but Dahak is coming in, as well as Skitter. It's time to get out of dodge, Faith Beyond, as, the Waning Rift, and now he's going to stun himself. Nothing to say with the save. As I guess Sox is just cleaning up the camp by throwing that Centaur away from his home. That's not cool.
He would have gone for that if he had BKB, but of course it was still in cooldown. And now Doom is down at least, so maybe they can find a favorable fight. Maybe even try to force a Roshan, which is very scary against Monkey King though.
Ame has 2,500 gold saved up and nothing queued yet. Certainly giving it some thought.
Yeah. I hope after the Blink Dagger they will be able to make good use of the Alchemist, because he has been farming a lot, right? And when you're farming a lot, it's always time to repay your team that depth of space.
Give and take.
Exactly. Like a good relationship.
Two-way street. Two-way street. When it's a one-way, it doesn't work. Xingqiu bottom, he's looking for a blink dagger. We've seen what he can do, especially with this shard. You recall last year, that 4-man scatter blast stun on the high ground. It was the highlight reel for LGD. He is not afraid to jump in.
Yeah. Never is. I mean, he's a very confident player anyway, so. What did Armor purchase? In Basher, okay, just to be able to counter out the Alchemist. Very strong item. Like, Alchemist will not be able to fight this Monkey King at all now.
Right.
So, and we're probably going to see a Skadi next, and once that's up, Alchemist is pretty much out of the game. So, I feel like Tundra's windows are kind of tightening, and they're going to use the Alchemist somehow now. Like, he's been farming for so long. That Skitter and Nine suffer a lot for it.
Dream Coil coming through. They've got the Infernal Blade and a quick kill there on 9. They're going to look for more. Mortimer's Kisses will, okay, get some farm. That works too. Xingqiu with the killing spree. So he's loving life as he's going to get closer to that blink dagger that we were talking about.
So 9's item is also very interesting. Like, usually when you're not completely snowballing and you're playing against a puck, you kind of want to get into a BKB or you'll set like some sort of defensive item just to be able to deal with the coil. But you can see every time he just gets coiled, he's just dead. There's no counterplay. Coil, kisses, you're dead.
And he's going for the axe. That's what he
he's very,
hoping
very
to grab.
I've seen it also last time when he played Zeus. He tends to go for very greedy item builds. Really, all of Tundra do.
I mean, Boots of Travel might have safely, and that game was from behind, too. What was that? That was against Secret?
Yeah.
Stun thrown out. That lands, but where's the follow-up to go after Ame? The rest of the team is starting to show up, but Faith Beyond's near that choke point.
Doom is back up again. I would love it if they just try to find a Centaur for Faith Beyond, because obviously the Stomp is very, very potent.
Still looking to make a move. They want to go in. Ame shows himself for a second, but you need to be quick, and especially with Xingqiu right there. If he throws a scatter blast, it could just be Wukong's command and conquer.
And now they're forcing Roche. Makes a lot of sense. They have strong heals at the Roche pit, and they shouldn't be taking too much damage, courtesy of the water kill. They got movement ready as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Tundra's going to contest this.
Yeah, I don't think you can fight into this. Now, the problem is, like, Alchemist is going to lose more and more value. He actually went back to the Boots of Travel as well. Like, I don't know what the plan of Tundra is, but, like, just farming away this game will not work.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There it is. Aegis for Ame.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a small-time garage band, Aegis for Ame. Like a 90s kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, they had some
weird band
rather
names.
interesting names.
So they're staying together here on Tundra. Definitely gives me the idea that they want to fight, but also maybe using it to just protect themselves. They've got Snake King and Soxa just in case LGD do come their way.
Yeah.
And they're also nearby, close enough to Dahak that if you were to get got on, they can retaliate to that.
Yeah, so something to know with Tundra is, at least in the DPC and in the tournaments they did really well, they usually have a very laid-back playstyle where the late game is better. But in this game, that is not the case. And as we spoke about earlier, the windows are tightening, they're closing, and not necessarily new windows are opening because of it.
So one door may close for Tundra and the next one may not open.
Yeah, they will finally get the mid tower at minute 27. But again, minute 27, they're not even getting it probably.
To be fair, that happened when OG was losing that game, and then they took a tier 1 mid at 27 and won.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Things happen.
So it's not always the telltale sign of
course
the game
not, but you always want to have the tower for map control, which they've only really been on their side of the map, other than the bottom side.
I'm not really sure how they're going to kill Nothing to Say. He's ready with an Aeon Disc to unlock.
Yeah. Armis does it. Aegis, of course, for 3 minutes. Doom is super tanky with the plate mail. Where's the damage going to come from?
I'm surprised he still chooses to use discs.
Dire's top
He kind of got phased out a little while back.
Radiant's middle
If he was a hipster, he'd get the Aeon Vinyl, but that's not really it just yet. They're going to look over towards mid. They've thrown the Doom. It's onto the Alchemist. Dahak is in trouble. He is already dead on his screen. They're going to go through with the Chaotic Offering. They've got nothing to say following this one up. There's the Dream Coil down. Skitr can run out because he's got the BKB. They're still trying to take down Faith Beyond. The Fatal Bonds are through. The rebound is there. The kill is out. Faith Beyond is gone. It ends up being a 1-for-2 now with Saksa falling. 9, though, trying to get out of the hands of Ame. They've got the Mortimer's Kisses coming in. They get the kill on the Snake King. That's going to be 3 dead. Ooh, Boundless Strike. This is trouble. Skitr gone. 4 heroes down on the side of Tundra. And LGD is dominating, as it says for Ame too.
Yeah, like if your most farmed heroes gets doomed at the beginning of the fight and doesn't get anything off, it's usually just an auto loss, right? That's what happened here. Nice pick by Faith Beyond. He ends up dying, but the ultimate price is still 4 heroes for Tundra.
He got the Alchemist pretty much by himself.
He's very happy with this. Regardless. Double damage on Armor, so the mid tower is also gone. He went to the Desolator for more damage.
And then the Ags. So,
yeah.
Lo and behold, it does show up soon, and eventually.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Look how rich all the heroes are on the Radiant. Snapfire, 9k
So far,
net worth, Warlock 7.5.
What is the Warlock have? He's got the flags, man. He's going for Wraith to 5 position.
Wraith Pact is so strong against like heroes like Chaos Knight and whatnot that are based like on non-BKB damage, basically.
Flags 23 times. Wow. Huh. Who would have thought? Warlock gets farmed enough to get a Vlad's in 23 games.
Fatal Bonds gives you quite a bit of wave money, usually in teamfight money to resist gold. And it's also like the popularity of Wraith Pact just makes it a very, very attractive pickup every time, right?
Maybe it's just stunning because, well,
there's still Aegis on him.
Yeah, they're going to go for him even though he's got the Aegis. They're charging him the stun, and they'll take the Aegis. The Dream Coil is down. It's around on a lot of these heroes. 4 of them are locked up and leashed up. They're going to try and get out now with the BKBs being popped. They've got the Boundless Strike. They look for the Wukong's command. Skitter's in a lot of trouble. He'll end up falling. They get the kill on the Snake King. Double kill for Ame. The Unstable Concoction is thrown onto the Doom, but it's only holding back Faith Beyond. Saksa, 9. They're on the run. So is Dahak. Into the trees they go. Nothing to say. Maybe looking to follow with this illusory orb, but he'll let 9 go. And just releasing them back into the bottom lane here as LGD, they put the pressure on continually. Only the Aegis is what Tundra gets.
I'm very surprised that they stood around, like, waiting for the Monkey King to respawn. Because, like, they gave them a perfect opportunity to just counter-initiate with the coil.
Yeah.
You know, 4 heroes.
Bottom lane. Saksa not enjoying his time here.
Looking very, very simple for them right now. And again, I don't think they can actually teamfight them anymore. Maybe the only way back to the game is...
Faith Beyond that.
Yes, BKB.
That might be too far. Let's find out. Is that too much? No. Right now it's going to be the BKB and then the Infernal Blade. They've also got Nothing to Say nearby. Nothing to Say now has Dream Coil. It's just come off cooldown. They start to chase. They've got the Astral Step. They've got the Silence, but there's the Aeon. Just the Dream Coil is going to be placed down to 2 as well as the Waning Rift. That's going to be silencing both of them. Snapping the Coil onto 1. The Kisses, well, they don't hurt that much. Certainly not your grandma's kisses is why he gets hit, but there's the Chaotic Offering with the Boundless Strike. They've got the Silence of the Wukong's command. They'll take out Skitr. Look for more. Snake King, he's on the run. The Unstable Concoction lands onto 2. Saksa back up. He's going to TP in. Maybe look for the rebound and helping out Snake King, who TPs. Just TP? No. Scatterblast is in. Xingqiu gets the kill. And on the other side of the fight, though, Ame's getting taken out by 9. That is so much gold just injected into the veins of Tundra as Ame gives up an 8-time spree.
A little bit too trigger happy jumping into 3s while his team is killing the support on the sidelines. I mean, we've seen that a lot from Ame, right? Where he just like, goes a little bit
overzealous.
Yeah, he's very confident when he's ahead. Sometimes his downfall. Did manage to get to use BKB. Gets disabled all the way to 0.
Oh, Faith Beyond. Eyes on the prize. But Xingqiu takes it, no surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
he's 6-2 and 11. I mean, he is the carry.
Exactly.
Xingqiu's the carry.
That's why. They still have Doom, but the Hawk is tipping out. So he won't be caught there. Whatever is Puck? 23. So 25 Puck plus Monkey King is such a deadly combo. You BKB, but you can't run out. Wukong's ring comes on top of you.
Chaotic Offering drops down.
Yeah, there's Doom to worry about. you're 15k gold behind, even though you have an Alchemist on your team.
That's always a bad look.
Yeah.
Ame just respawning. 50 seconds potentially till Roche is back up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So let's see when the second timer is going to show and see what's going to be coming up next. But they've got 3 heroes smoked up on the side of LGD. They're going to wrap through the jungle. Let's see what they find. They might be baiting with this illusion potentially for vision. Or potentially to have Tundra make a jump on that illusion.
Radiant are
Faith Beyond. Oh, snaking. He's fine.
Well, Roche might respawn instantly, and they're just all around the Roche pit, so they just go in there. Like, they will want to force a fight as soon as possible in the Roche pit.
Ooh, they're going. They want wide.
He's dead right away.
They'll get him.
He has no buyback, too.
Skitter
it's a
just
very
ripped him
long road,
apart.
though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Tundra. 2-minute plus. We've been seeing a lot of that today. A lot of those long Roches. They're still going to go in. Oh, CQ! He's not afraid to make the jump. He never is. They've got the Doom on Dahak. They're going to chase. Now here comes the Dream Coil. Oh, they snapped it! Oh, man, Dahak. He'll be killed off by nothing to say. They get the kill on the socks, and that will be 2 dead on the side of Tundra. CQ is never afraid, and there goes Snake King. Double kill for nothing to say. He's unstoppable.
And now they're gonna go high ground. How much can you really defend here by yourself, Nine? Because you can't show yourself, Skitter.
You say that, they jump in. But there's the Wukongs.
Oh, did she get
There's the
reflected?
glyph.
4 seconds, okay.
Long time to get stunned.
Old Armor would have jumped in there.
Yeah, he's got the Lotus Orb that was recently finished there for Xingqiu, so he's got the ability to reflect. So,
it's a great superpower to have.
Yeah. Usually I just deflect, not reflect. Nothing to say. Picks up a haste.
Almost into the Octarine Core. Octarine Core on Puck generally super strong anyway, especially if you have an Aeon Disc. Because that means more immortality.
He's got Chaotic Offering, like, jumping. Oh.
They didn't see him.
They're going to look. They didn't see him. Yeah, Chaotic Offering comes out. It's going to try and save Faith Beyond, but they've got themselves the Ice Path. He'll burn away. Dream Coil down onto 2. Snaps on 9. They'll drop the Macro Pyre probably right on 9 to protect him if they were to go. And it ends up being a 1-for-1. Roche up in 38. So both these heroes will still be down when it does come time for Roche. Throwing out the Unstable Concoction. It's on to Xingqiu. They've got 3 heroes here. Reality Rift to pull them in. Boundless Strike. Fatal Bonds onto a couple, and they'll take out the Snapfire. They'll look for more. They look over at Y. They've got the Silence next to the Ags on the Void Spirit. Skitter with a double kill, and now that kind of sets up Tundra to say, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Roche may be ours when it respawns.
No buyback for 200 gold. And Roche is reaching the max timer soon, so they should be very well aware that well, Ame, you're just jumping into the hero by yourself.
Whoa, Ame! Okay. Well, that by himself.
Now, there's arrogant and there is wow.
There's a thin line between arrogance and stupidity. I'm not going to say Ame was stupid there. He's confident. Copium. However, Tundra, this gives them a clear line back in, and they want to push away. Nothing to say. And Skitter, he's going to get his hands on to not only that Ag Shard, but that Aegis, which is big here for Tundra. They'll start to cut into that net worth lead. LGD bleeding it away a little bit. They still have that 5-digit lead. Never mind. 8K all of a sudden, as they, I believe, use the Shard. Doesn't count towards your net worth till you devour it, right? Back to 10K though, so I guess the numbers are close.
He's about 2K gold away from finishing a Bloodthorn though, if he chooses to. And that's gonna basically just negate all your damage issues, right? You have Bloodthorn plus all the CK heroes hitting one hero. You're dead. There's nothing you can do about it. And Ame has to be so careful because now, because of that fight, Chaos Knight actually got the Reality Rift Pierce the Spell immunity talent.
So now you're not as stable in these fights.
And if you're not too careful, they can even pull you out of the arena.
The
monkey.
The command.
Yeah. I know why I call it arena. I played too much Mars.
It's a circle. Everything that's a circle is an arena. Truth. Oh, whoa.
Y again, dead.
Right on to Y. And it was the rebound in with the unleash that was activated immediately, but they still get the kill there on Asaxa. That'll take out why they lose Snake King. Both supports already gone, using those spider legs to get over the cliff and around the Wukongs. So he'll escape for the moment, but the Doom gets dropped. Let's see if he can survive. Faith Beyond on the chase, coming for 9. He's got the Infernal Blade. They'll get the kill into the Void Spirit now. Skitter with the Hawk. They're trying to take out Faith Beyond. Maybe look over it, nothing to say. But you still need to worry about Ame coming into the fight, as well as Zincu. Zincu's not afraid to blink in, as well as get that Scatter Blast in. They have a lot of chase potential on the side of LGD, but Tundra disengage. At least for now, they still hold on to that Aegis, but they lost 2 and Saxa fought back.
They have to be very, very careful how they approach these fights. If they give away all their positions to just kill the supports, the Doom will have like a free reign. You're going to be so careful with the Wukong's command also, which now is level 25, so you have that additional ring.
Yep.
Things are going to get very, very tough again. Like, if they actually fight as LGD, it's very tough to teamfight into them.
Yeah, and now they've got that refresher. It comes a little bit later than the average, but not terribly too far afterwards, so you can still see that Faith Beyond's in a decent spot. It's actually Ame who is the lowest on the net worth for the cores on the side of LGD. Nothing to say leading it. And we've seen this a couple times, right? Where pucks feel like the most important hero on the map for a team.
Yeah, so Alchemist is bought. Oh, why again?
Oh boy.
Why, oh why?
Are you there?
The Hawk has an Acceptor. Who's going to give it to? Probably CK.
Yeah, you're still scaling, eh? Well, I got my items. Here we go. We're handing out Ags.
Or Jakiro, maybe? Nah, it's going to be CK.
Does he have it?
It's on the Korea.
Now? Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay. Who's he gonna give it to?
It's going to be CK. Just so good on Chaos Knight.
Oh no.
Oh, he just give it to 9, so he just purchases a Lincoln Sphere.
Wow.
Of course, you get refunded the money.
Huh.
Yeah. Now 9 is suddenly really strong as well. I forgot about that mechanic, actually. That it refunds the money.
Ooh, they're gonna go. Skitter in. He's in too far.
Aegis, though.
He's copying Ame, but he's got the Aegis to work with. So maybe he can get out of this one, but they've got the Wukong's command. They're gonna try and get the kill on a Skitter. They've got themselves the Dream Coil. They're focusing their attention onto the CK. Goes to the Phantasm. He ends up dead. A lot of silence here. Oh boy, Tundra in some trouble. They've got the Leading Rift once again. They've got the Doom out into the Hawk. They're gonna go with the rebound, but they get the kill. It's through into the Jakiro. They're focusing their attention onto the Alchemist, and the Doom is no longer on him, but they still want to chase. They can't keep up with him for the moment, so he'll get away. However, Skitter in deep again.
Yeah.
He's cosplaying Ame on that one.
It's very difficult, though. Like, they are forced to really try to find something, because how do you fight normally into Monkey King plus Puck the combination and double Doom? Like, it's just almost impossible. So, yes, he was out of position, but I can understand why he put himself in such a position. Because honestly, they're pretty desperate at this point to get any sort of fight going.
Yeah, but being that desperate, I feel like you're still in a decent spot, right? Like, you are getting the farm, you were winning those last couple fights. Are you so desperate to take that fight that you're going in like that? I mean, A just gives you some false confidence, but that is some confidence.
Yeah, and we also saw, right? BKB is no fail switch anymore. Safe switch.
Yeah.
Anymore. Because you get Puck coiled and you stand there. Do I break it? Do I not break it? Who cares? Because you're going to die. You're on a Wukong's command.
20K lead here for LGD. Tundra, I don't want to say they're out of this, because I feel like this net worth is a little bit deceiving. They've won fights from this far back. And I think it's still doable.
It is doable, but they have to fight on their terms. Like, they need to kill the Doom before he gets the spells out, or maybe the Monkey King. Puck is pretty much impossible to kill because he has an Aeon Disc.
Yeah.
And there's also the problem. He's impossible to kill, but he did so much damage with the overwhelming blink. We have seen it from BZM today. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Well, we've talked about how he's the most important person on the map, and it still feels that way, and he can't die. So that's become a bit of an issue. Ame into the trees. He's going to go into the high ground. Overwhelming blink with the Dream Coat coming in. That's through on a Snaking. They've also found themselves Skitter to the side, but he's going to be disposed with, and they're going to try and keep Skitter safe. Snaking, he's ending up dead. They've got the Wukong's command as well as the chaotic offering dropping down to these heroes on the side of Tundra, but they're going to go and chase. They look over to Hawk. They've got the dispose as well as the unleash. It's through out onto Y. The Golem can only do so much, but he's got one in death. Scatterblast again. Skitter ends up falling. They're going to go after Dahak. They're going to buy back here on the CK. They'll throw the Doom. Now they just need it for the Alchemist. They'll take up Dahak, and he has got buyback, but will he use it? With no Marcy, with no Jakiro, they are falling behind in numbers, and they're going to buy back. So they'll try to stay alive, but it's not going to happen. 9 ends up dead. Skitter dead once again, and with the Balance Strike, the damage is there. The GG is called, and LGD will win game 1 over Tundra. They just take that last fight with ease, and it just looks too easy for them.
Yeah, well played by LGD. They knew from beginning to finish that they were at a comfortable lead. Made a couple of mistakes here and there, but ultimately was a very clean game from them. Tundra though, like they needed to push the issue much earlier